Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to have a look at ggobi, which is an interactive graphical software that you can use for exploratory data analysis. For this, no coding is required. Originally, this was a package that came with R, and then at some point they decided that actually we don't need R, we can just create an independent piece of software, and that's what's happened. So originally you would have had to have installed it into R, but now you don't have to. Head over to your browser, type in ggobi and just download it. Once it's downloaded, you can install it. You can just do the defaults, no need to change anything. Once it installs, you'll find that you've got a desktop shortcut to this. So just click on that and let's run it, and let's have a look at what this can do for us, how it can provide us with interactive features. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an overview of the layout and functionality, and this hopefully will give you a basic understanding of how it's laid out and what you can expect from this. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a data file. Now this data file you can find in the description below. There's a link to it and you can download that and you can go along with me. So that data file is called dirt bikes. So this is just a CSV file that has some data on dirt bikes. So you can see here that we've got the main console that shows us the various variables that are available in this data set. We can have a look at the values and variables in the data set. Just go to tools, go to variable manipulation, and here we have a window that has two tabs. So those values that are real will be in this tab, and those values that are categorical, obviously they're in the categorical tab. And from here we can have a look at the type of values we've got, and if we need to make any adjustments and how many values are missing. So there are options here that we can use, and maybe we can have a look at that later on. So we see that a scatter plot has opened up for manufacturer against year. We can produce a matrix scatter plot by going to display and clicking on new scatter plot matrix, and here we can see that we've got year, manufacturer, model and manufacturer selling price that's being displayed. And we can see that actually there's not that many interesting variables here, so we can start adding systematically the other variables to our display. And we can see that here we do have some interesting correlations, and we can add more, and we can make this just a bit bigger so we can see if there's anything interesting there. Quite clearly we can see that actually year isn't giving us anything interesting, so let's just add some more variables just in case year does show us something interesting. We've added quite a lot of variables here, and if we look at this top row, we can see that actually year isn't showing us anything interesting. So what we can do is we can remove year. The next row is for the model manufacturer, and once again we can see that there aren't any real correlations that are of any interest, so we can get rid of manufacturer. On this top row we've got model, And once again, nothing really interesting. There doesn't seem to be any correlations of any interest, so we can get rid of model. And you can see that this is actually quite an interactive process. We can eliminate variables that are not showing us any correlation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through this and start eliminating variables. So here we've got the manufacturer's selling recommended price. Once again, there's nothing really there. Maybe here we've got something with displacement, wheelbase, seat height, and bore and stroke, so that there is some sort of relationship here. So what we'll do is we'll leave the manufacturer's selling price and we'll keep displacement, because displacement is showing something and wheelbase is showing something, seat height is showing some sort of relationship. Maybe fuel capacity, dry weight, let's say it's not showing us anything, we'll remove that. We can see that bore is quite useful. Stroke is ratio, no, doesn't seem to be showing us any correlation, so we can remove ratio. Rake, trail, and weight can be removed. There doesn't seem to be any correlation there, so we'll just remove those. Now the ones that we haven't added are tank, air cooled, and engine cooling. So we can see that displacement, yes, there's still a relationship, some sort of correlation. There's no correlation between tank, air cooled, and engine cooling, so we can get rid of those. Did we check dry weight? Let's just put that in and see if there is any correlation with the manufacturer's selling price. And we can see here that yes, we've got correlation with bore and with stroke, dry weight, fuel capacity, seat height, wheelbase, displacement. So what we'll do is we'll leave these in and we'll just play around with these. We'll see how we can use this in an interactive manner. So already we've seen how easy it is to identify correlations interactively. So we've plotted a matrix, a scatter plot matrix. We can go back to the original scatter plot. I'll just minimize the matrix scatter plot. So this is our original scatter plot. If we click anywhere on the graphing area, we see we can come back to the original console, and we can see from here that we can plot any two-dimensional projection of the data. So currently we just have manufacturer and year. We can change that. We can use year and model. We can change it to the selling price. We can change the X value. We can basically choose any variables and how we'd like to plot them. If we want to see the axis, go to options and select show axes. And so here we can see that the axes are also being shown as well. Now from this console we have a number of interesting features that we can use. We've already chosen displacement and wheelbase. If we click on plot cycling, and we can notice that this is now cycling. It's just automatically going through each of the variables as a scatter plot. We can actually give ourselves a little bit more control over this, so I'll stop the cycling. And here we can fix the axes. We can either fix the x-axis or the y-axis. So we'll fix the y-axis, click on cycle, and now the x-axis is fixed, and it'll cycle through each of the variables on the y-axis. We can control the speed using this slider. We can also change the direction in which the cycling is occurring. So at the moment you can see that it's going up. We'll click on change direction and it'll start going in the downward direction. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'd really be interested to hear how you got on with this video. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section below. So if you found this video useful, then don't forget to subscribe. I'll carry on with ggobi in part 2, so I'll see you in part 2.